Yes, some my people are not bust out to too many things happen inside court today. What has Kenneth Okokwante explain everything what happen inside court today? Just hit the like button so that Facebook will recommend this video to other obedient member. Comment your opinion and share. Obedient as they sweet us, that's so it go depend them.
What happened as in legal or
yes,
from
legal? The first one is done.
All right.
So just what happened from the legal and the issue of over 70% of the document is provided.
Well, what transpired in the court today is really a sad commentary to the activity of the umpire that announced a result which they could not give the CTC to the people of Nigeria that voted for the election. How can you announce a result you don't have? That is what should trouble us, because the law made it clear. By the time, and I'm talking about section 62, subsection 2 and 3 of the Electoral Act, before you even announce a result, you should have the CTC waiting, the complete, from polling unit to polling unit, from ward to ward, from local government to local government, from state to state. You should have the CTC from the National Electronic Register of Election Results. Now, you have an INEC that 2-3 months after that could not give us 70% of the evidence they claim that they have. It is sad. And the court has taken judicial notice of it and has advised all parties to do the needful. And I keep maintaining that INEC should come clean to Nigerian people. In court, there is nothing like technical glitches. The judges are not technicians. They are there to deliver justice. So what we are simply saying is the evidence of what you said you did, give to us so we can prepare our case. Thank
When
you.
is the next sitting of the court?
Friday.
Friday this week.
Yes, 19th of May 2023.
Was the issue of online transmission addressed in court?
Not really, because what we are saying in effect is that if we don't have the evidence, because last time the court sat, the council, we are to meet to check all the documents and the evidence and know the ones that they will admit and the ones they will object to. So how can you go to such meeting when you have not gotten the evidence, the official evidence that you need? So that's what we produced and presented to the court today. So we are optimistic that INEC will do the needful, give us all the evidence so that we can fulfill what we would have done before now. I don't want to remind you, if you were in court, you will know some of those little tricks that they want to use to delay this, because the issue of election is time bound. The Nigerians are wiser. I keep saying that we will not succumb to the blackmail of people who want to truncate this journey to a new Nigeria. The movement is inevitable. We march to suit in court. He is not a party to any suit in court. So how can he come and claim that any court gave him any order to do anything about what he's not a party to? He's neither a claimant nor a defendant. And the rule of law is very simple. The court does not even have jurisdiction to make an order in favor or against a person who is not a party to a suit. So how can an old man come out and say a court has given him an order to begin to be a leader of a political party? Which court? When you want to come to court to plead anything, you come with the order. So you just come on empty ground and you're making claim which you are not. And let me tell you about the suit. The suit has not even delivered any judgment. So nobody has even acquired any right from that suit. What the judge simply said last time is that he has jurisdiction to hear the matter, nothing else. And some clowns are trying to claim an order which a court has not given. And like I said, the most disturbing is that a man who is not even a party to the suit. One Mr. Pampas, what's that? One Mr. Is that a Pampa?
Apapa.
Something like a Pampa.
Old chief priest.
Okay, whatever it is. Good. As you can see, even his name is controversial.
Yeah.
I don't even understand the one to take. So an old man that is 78 years, that the grandchildren should be looking up, preaching to him to make friends with God, is coming to court to claim what he is not. Now, let me tell you again about the constitution of Labour Party. And I have it. You cannot remove the national chairman of Labour Party except you have 2/3 of the national convention.
Yes.
And again, no court has the right to determine the leadership of any political party. It is settled by the Supreme Court. So when somebody comes to court, let me tell you something again. In Labour Party, we have 3 national deputy chairmen. And none of them has the right to assume the position of the national chairman without the authorization of the National Executive Council. And I'm talking about Article 13, if I can remember very well, 2B, XVI. It is only the National Executive Council that has the right to fill up any vacancy. And when you talk about discipline, if you go to the XVI, it's only the National Executive Council. Who are those men? I don't know who they are.
We don't know them.
My principal does not know them. I don't know them. And indeed, I don't want to know them.
Yeah.
And the other one purporting to be the publicity secretary, I have challenged him on a national television to tell the world how he came to become the publicity secretary. He has not been able to say it because he is not. So when you're claiming what you're not, who are you? You're an impostor.
An interloper.
So I want
really.
Nigerians to understand. No court gave order to Mr. Apampa to ever assume any position. And let me make it clear. There is no, as long as the court is concerned, he is not a party to any court proceeding. He's not even a party at all.
Yeah.
So please, that is what we should note.
Now, thank you very much for that clarification. Now, on the matter today, obviously, last week the case was adjourned today where the parties would agree on certain issues. Now, we also hear today that there were some documentation, about 70% of the documentation that was supposed to be provided by INEC that hasn't happened.
Yes.
So how would you bring what actually transpired in the court?
It is amazing. It is not surprising that an INEC that announced a result without
That's the same nuisance, really.
because I'm, so that I'm not getting the job over. I don't want to take it on away.